Good day to Dr. Mama Shavril. We are from Group 3. We'd like to present the fraud and independent audit of Wirecard company.
Have a good day everyone, my name is Namina and my check number is 269679. I'm going to explain about the introduction of our assignment. Actually, in this report, we will discuss on the fraud and financial scandals from the Wirecard company, which is located in the Germany, with the correlations of auditing. Auditing is an area of understanding that assists in the mitigations of enterprise charges by way of the shareholders towards the organization's fraudulent conduct. An auditor that not follow the requirements, auditing requirements, will inquire the fraud inside the documentation, which means financial documentation that comprise mistakes be deliberately or fail to comply with guidelines. Therefore, it's going to cause the negative effect to the auditor. Based on the studies company, Wirecard, it could simply replicate on the financial scandal difficulty and the effect of the problem to the auditor.
What you know about Wirecard company? Wirecard is an electronic payment solution provider in Germany. Its services include payment processing, risk management, and other value-added services. Wirecard was founded in 1999 and headquartered in Aachen, Germany, but went bankrupt in the following year. They also allow shops to accept credit card payments online and at terminals in multiple currencies. These companies offer credit, debit, and also prepaid cards. Individuals can also get current accounts with prepaid and easy or maestro cards.
Hey everyone, my name is Rizka Mulkiranga. My business number is 7021994. I would like to present my part here about literature review in Wirecard. Wirecard, my business is as a payment processor to companies. Wirecard offers service to accept credit card payments and digital payments via platforms such as Apple Pay or PayPal in store, online, or on a cell phone. Wirecard company suffered one of the worst losses in the history of the German benchmark index after revealing that about 1.9 billion euros exchange rate 14,000 in cash had been lost. Quoted from the Financial Times in this discussing the Wirecard test, the company will reportedly move money from the bank account in Germany to the balance sheet of the inactive subsidiary in Hong Kong, from where the money will be transferred to a fictitious customer, and from there make a transfer to Wirecard account at India. This gives the local auditor the impression that it is legitimate business in-house. The company is seeking to take over Citigroup in payment operations in Asia Pacific, reaching 11 countries and 20,000 retailers at the time of accounting fraud. According to the initial report that no money had come into the Philippines, as well as that the reason for searching to Philippines banks, namely BO and BPG, was used in an attempt to cover the threat of the perpetrator. Trading that note, Wirecard shares fell 44.7% per shares. However, in previous trading, Wirecard shares were up 27% per shares. This cash loss was revealed after an audit by GE. The missing funds represents about a quarter of Wirecard balance sheet. Fraud in accounting is not just the act of the employees at the company, but it is part of the broader pattern of number manipulation at Wirecard, according to Financial Times. The report showed that the two senior executives of the company's management office, Thorsten Halten and Stefan Ervan, Chief Treasury and Chief Accounting Officer, were in fact aware of the round-tripping scam but did not take action. In accounting, the term round-tripping refers to a series of transactions between companies that increase the income of the companies involved but unlimitedly profit no real economic benefit to either company. Although not always legal, round-tripping is not the right things to do and violates applicable accounting standards. It is important for conscientious businessmen to be able to recognize when a transaction can be equal to round-tripping and vice versa, knowing when a transaction that looks like round-tripping is actually a legitimate transaction. The example of round-tripping in the case of Wirecard generally involves the reciprocal sale of identical assets. the goal of round-tripping is to encourage revenue to make the company look like it's doing more business as that it really is. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Nur Alifaharis binti Muhammad Rashid, matrix number 27264. I represent the issue of the financial scandal that the Wirecard German has faced, which is accounting irregularities. Accounting irregularities is an entry that does not conform to normal laws, practice, and rules of the accounting profession, and having the deliberate intent to deceive or defraud. This issue happened in 2019 because the company has created their sales transaction for the reason to inflate revenue and profit of the company. Not only that, the company also has the cash balance of 1.9 billion euro missing and was unable to trace to the sum of the money to the merchants. Then, the missing money has made the chief executive officer of Wirecard suspended, then later on been arrested on suspicions of false accounting and market manipulation. But that issue did not end in 2019, but it also led the company to bankruptcy in 2020. The reason for the bankruptcy is also because of the accounting irregularities that have an elaborate and sophisticated fraud involving multiple parties around the world. Lastly, this issue has made the Wirecard company to a complete disaster, as the company is not focused on their company's management and their auditor, as they do not notify about the accounting irregularities, and this shows that the auditor do not play his roles as to detect the frauds that happened in that year, which has caused public outrage to the company.
Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Nur Aini Sanabila binti Nasra Aini and my matrix number is 273387. My presentation part is the impacts of the issue to the auditors. First point is the top management of EY Germany, who is Hubert Barth, was resigned and declared to plans to do a program to re-establish a trust as an auditor due to the issue. Second point is EY auditors received a legal action from the investor of Wirecard due to failing to reveal yearly fraud. This is because the Wirecard investors also feel the impact of losses due to this scandal. Third point is EY also experienced a loss numbers of prominent contract since news of Wirecard company revealed. This is because the people under this contract might lose a trust to this company and hesitated with the capability of their auditors. Next point is, this scandal also makes the government of Germany establish a new requirements under the Act of Strengthening Financial Market Integrity. One of the rules that has been established in audit aspect is a mandatory for external auditor rotation after 10 years of service. However, a mandatory for internal auditor a rotation after 5 years service. And the last point, the Wirecard downfall also impacts for German law and supervision.
When the financial issue happened in Wirecard company, it is important to know who auditor is and what is the role as an auditor. An auditor is authorized to evaluate and ensure the reliability of financial records based on the general accepted accounting principles, which is GAAP, and to ensure that businesses comply with the tax laws. Auditors monitor organizations for fraud and irregularities in accounting processes. Meanwhile, they work as consultants to help corporations to improve operational efficiency. The auditors should identify the material errors and fraud, such as asset misappropriation and false financial reporting. The auditors from Rowe and Partner, led by the parliamentary special investigator Martin Wembach, examined that there was 90 GB of EY documents, including 40,000 emails. Wembach found a flaw in the 2014 to 2016 audit report. The major flaws include the inability to identify fraud risk indicators, insufficient execution of specialized procedures, and reliance on verbal assurances from the management. Furthermore, the auditors also conduct a series of tests to verify the company's claims. The transactions, account balances, reporting, and disclosure are evaluated. To conduct an ethical audit, auditors must understand the assertions If the audit does not match the claims will be involved in the fraud, the auditor must always apply the assertions when preparing the financial reports to ensure there is no misstatement occurs.
My name is Nur Hazika binti Abdul Halim by matric number 272894. I will continue role of auditor. This part I have two, which is confidentiality and professional skepticism. Okay, first, confidentiality. Confidentiality, auditor need to keep information that they obtain from client during their audit confidential. Confidentiality also prevent the auditor to use the client confidential interest to gain personal benefit. Okay, second, professional skepticism. The auditor needs to be accountable and question every transaction made. For example, the auditor need to question where 1.9 million in undetachable cash and report the irregularity. Auditor unable to report accounting irregularity. This indicates that the auditor has not complied with the Auditor Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct. That's all for me. Thank you.
As a conclusion, when we're looking at the fallout from the Wirecard scandal, we can see there are many lessons which we can be learned from this. Actually, after the scandal occurred, the president of the BAFIN claimed that the regulator did not have the legal mandate to investigate the Wirecard as well. Furthermore, when this sort of scandal occurs in Wirecard enterprise, the company control are need to be guilty at their part because some of the purchasers lost their interest and also stop believing in these sorts of organizations. Apart from that would possibly is executed internationally or accident it should has a negative effect on society at the commercial enterprise, and also they do now not even make connections again with the clients. That's all from us. Thank you.
That's all the presentation from our group. Hope it helped everyone to gain knowledge from it. Thank you.